name is Jennifer Garrison, and today I wanted to talk about the book Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. This book was first introduced to the public as a radio talk show from C.S. Lewis to the English public during World War II. And it was so popular and influential that C.S. Lewis ended up putting it down into written form. And so there is a lot of references and stuff that I think are, they transcend time. Even though if you really want to know the context in which he was speaking, you'd probably need to look at what was going on during the World War at that time and understand what people were struggling through, to kind of just understand the context in which he was speaking. This book is a one book, but it is actually 4 books within one book. So the first book Lewis seeks to just discuss the moral law that every person has within them, that we innately know that there is a wrong and a right thing to do, and that it's not something that is necessarily taught to us, but that all humans just know that there is just a right and wrong as it relates to our world. Like, we innately know that. And why because of knowing right and wrong, that we understand that there is some sort of law, like unspoken law, that, well, as Christians, we know it is a spoken law, but a non-Christian, that there's just some sort of unspoken law that dictates this. Book 2 seeks to present what Christians believe, but the format in which it's done, Lewis really tries to speak in a manner in which his audience will resonate with. He doesn't speak in high theological terminology to where the common man couldn't understand, and I think that's why this was such a popular radio show, because people were really able to understand and know what they believed and why they believed what they believed, or if it was someone who was unsaved, they really got a clear understanding, and that he used so many examples of things that they were going through at the time, that it really touched a lot of people's lives, and why his book is still, even though this is not like the Chronicles of Narnia, why this has just transcended through the years, because it just has great foundational truths to it. Then in book 3, he discusses Christian behavior, and so this is how Christians are supposed to behave, and this is the morality that's presented by the Lord, virtues that we hold, about the mind of Christians and what their thoughts are to be like, how they're supposed to behave sexually, how marriage is supposed to be, and forgiveness. So these are just various different chapters in this book, but it really delves into all aspects of the Christian walk. And then book 4, which is the final book of the whole book. So, I mean, they're not too big of books inside this, but it seeks to just really convey the meaning of the Trinity in common man terms, and so that people could really understand the triune God, and really just breaking down like what this means then for people to be Christians. Is it difficult or is it easy? And what, like, in the end, really, like what it means to be a Christian, and the sacrifices that people will make to be Christian, and is it worth it? And so I think that this book, Lewis really does challenge all who read it, and I think because he was such a well-respected author of that time, that people really had ears to listen to what he had to say. And I think that even now, because of how popular his Chronicles of Narnia have been throughout time, that's why, like, his books, his other books that he wrote, is not just reaching the Christian community, but it's also reaching those who are not saved, because, like, an atheist could read this book and really understand who the Lord is. So I do recommend people reading this book. When I first got it for the semester, I wasn't sure, because I like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and all those series, and I had never read any of his other books. So I am now more inclined to possibly pursue reading some of his other books that he has listed in the book, which some of them I'm actually surprised that I haven't read, because I think one was the Screw Tape Letters. Yeah, the Screw Tape Letters, which I've heard people talk about this book a lot, but I've never actually read it myself. So, yeah. So I do encourage anybody that would like to read this and want to know more about what they believe and why they believe it. And it really just causes the reader to really ponder and reflect the things that Lewis presents, and to really seek them out for themselves, and to be solid in their faith, and everything. So thank you for your time, and I hope you have a blessed day.